I'm the CEO for Sky Garden, which is an e-commerce online startup.
I am the founder and head artisan at Lila Bear.
I'm Matfael Kimani and I'm a hair designer.
My name is Karen Okoli, the Executive Director of Emerging Leaders Foundation. I run an organization called Tech Hub Holdings. I am a student at the University of Nairobi, and at the same time I'm a designer.
There's a lot of growth within the economic sector, the retail sector, but we felt that there was a serious gap in terms of having inclusivity within people who are pretty much at the base of the pyramid. We needed to have a plug-and-play solution that mirrored the realities of what happens out there in the trade.
I love fashion, I love creating things. Naturally, that's why I founded Lila Bear as this business as such, but the motivation at the base level is to help people grow together, grow sustainably.
At first I wanted to make clothes for myself, but then I started getting orders from my friends. Then I'm like, I can actually make money from this, because I never thought I would actually do fashion.
The entrepreneurial ecosystem is actually buzzing. It's one of the things that's known about Kenya. We have all these youth entrepreneurs and lots of entrepreneurs who want to get into business and sort of make a difference.
The definition of an entrepreneur is someone who takes risks, identifies a problem, and invests their money to create a solution to that problem in order to make profit. Now, for us being a startup, just that word gives people chills, because it means that I don't know if I'll be able to pay my rent in a couple of months' time. I don't know what my job security will be.
A lot of entrepreneurs are focused on the wrong thing. They're focused on raising money rather than fixing their business model. And if they can begin to deal with their business model and figure out really who their ideal customer is and how to get to them, they'll be able to grow in a much quicker fashion that the financing can then plug into and really accelerate.
Well, the challenges can be many. For one, in my industry, you encounter a lot of people who say, oh, I'm a fashion designer, or I'm a fashion blogger, or I'm a fashion photographer, and they may not necessarily be the be-all and end-all of their life or their passion.
We are in arts, so it takes talent. The disadvantage we've had is the schools are not paying so much attention, so they're not taught the bare essentials. So we end up having brands that are substandard, quality of production goes down. The minute you mix talent and institutional education, you get perfection.
Since you don't have the capital, it is very hard for you to start a business. And that's second, when you get a capital, there is a problem with the staff. That is another challenge, because you can get people, staff who are not serious with the job. That's another challenge.
A lot of our banks say that they work with the SME, we want to mentor the youth and help them. But the minute you go, like we're in a creative industry, I'll come and tell you there is a software that I want that to do this. You don't understand what I'm talking about. So to you, you're not understanding, why do I need $500,000 for a software? So they don't see where you're headed. Even if you explain and they don't buy into it, the support is not there.
I think the bank can always be the easiest way, because sometimes to reach the government take too long. But you move to the bank, you talk to the bank can manage to sort you out more than the government. But anyway, both sides can work, and this can help you to have a business.
The main challenges I've experienced in this business is that it's a male-dominated work, and therefore it has its ups and downs. You cannot go park somewhere where there are so many male taxi drivers, so you have to find your niche in the market.
We have been brought up to think or imagine that women's space is in the private sphere, not in the public sphere, yet both men and women can contribute to national issues and national development on equal terms. Our culture, in a big way, as Kenyans, prevents us from being able to have integrity and say no and speak up and speak truth to power. But then when we begin to change our mindset and look at things differently, the things we look at then definitely begin to change. If at all you have an idea, finances should never be a problem. Just you'll always find a way to start. For me, I started with the money that I was given through the HELB loan. As long as you know where you're going, it will never be a problem how you're going to get finances.
When you fix a problem, the byproduct will be the revenue itself. And that's what investors want to see. So you need to obviously make sure that whatever idea or whatever problem it is that you're trying to solve is number one, having an impact. If that has an impact, that automatically translates into revenue. And now you also need to make sure that you have something that's scalable. So if you're in Nairobi, try and see how this same platform or this product or this good can also be used in Webuye, in Moyale, in Mombasa, etc. And then, of course, if that can be replicated across borders.
At some point, I really waited for things to be perfect, for me to have the right amount of money to put up a website, have an office, to start. Those things never came to pass. I then just discovered, you know what, just start right where you are with what you have and things will work out in the end. So start right where you are with what you have.
It's not like we've got huge levels of investment, we've got huge capital, and I am a scrounger. I literally do dive into factories, dumping piles, and that's not just because of the waste aspect, I'll be honest. It's also because that's the way that it makes financial sense for a startup brand in Kenya.
The transformation of Kenya's economy is going to come through the growth of small and growing businesses. It's going to come from this sub-layer of SMEs in traditional sectors, agri-processing, manufacturing. We need to emphasize and build out that entire ecosystem. It needs to complement us thinking about what the future of the economy is as well, what the future of the economy not only in Kenya but globally. So thinking about what are the technological solutions and innovations that need to happen. But it is important not to forget that the growth of employment in this country, as it is in most places, is all of these small and growing businesses that this entrepreneurship ecosystem has the capacity to build.
Everybody will talk about, and there's lots and lots of tools available. My favorite is the business model canvas. We've created a virtual incubation platform called Startup Wave, which is here in Kenya and Africa, which is free for enterprises, and all enterprises can use it and use that tool for free to actually get that support, get feedback from IntelliCap mentors. So Startup Wave is here in Kenya and Africa, and it is a really, really useful tool, I would say, for enterprises.
As an entrepreneur, you're going after your dream. You've channeled out how you want to get where you want to be. So you can do it slowly, surely. Learn the behind the scenes of how a business runs. And not everyone is cut out for it, of course. And that's why you need to either hire people who are smarter than you or hire people who are expertise in that field. But remember, you're the brain behind it.
I strongly believe in terms of just pushing yourself just an inch, and before you know it, it'll be a couple of miles ahead.